Carpe Omnia. Anybody know what that means? Seize all the moments. Something crazy they made up.
Seize the moment.
It's like seize the moment or seize the opportunity. Something Michael made up. I don't think it's a real word for real. They say is what that look like?
Greek.
Greek. They're Greek, probably Greek, Roman, something like that.
Yeah.
Something from them old days. Welcome to episode 11 of the basement. My guys, Nick, Al, what's happening?
Chilling, man. Feeling good. We almost there, man. Almost there. Like, I'm so ready, man. I'm just ready.
Shocking away.
We close. Let's go.
Yeah, you could tell Nick ready. He had Dax in some of that merch. Yeah, you could tell he Jordan Brand for sure. He Jordan Brand for sure. Question: have y'all seen .com on their YouTube? They be putting out draft stories or draft wars or something like that. Have y'all seen them joints or war stories? That's what it's called.
Nah, actually, I've been meaning to get to that jump.
Slam. I watched that joint. I watched part 2 yesterday. It was legit, man. They started like going through like the Dez war room. They went through like Darren Wilson's war room. He's talking all this shit about he was a Steelers fan, something crazy. But that's why I put on my Dez jersey, man. Looking at watching them Dez college highlights yesterday, I was like, man, shout out to homie, dog. I gotta show Dez some love, man.
For real. One of all-time favorite Cowboys, man.
Yeah, he my second favorite. So
Who your first? Zach Martin?
nah, Tank.
Tank
Oh,
Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence?
I rock with Tank.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
fire. Hey, take a legend though.
I got a funny story. So he had started a little competition on his little thing. So I had won a little competition. So he sent me a signed ball. I got that joint still. He sent me a signed ball. So I met him at a meet and greet down in Dallas. And I showed him the joint he gave me. He was like, "Oh shit!" Took pictures with him and all that. Cool ass nigga for real. So it was dope.
Shout out
That's what's
D-Lo,
up.
man.
Yeah, but even before that, yeah, Tank been my man. I got a signed jersey actually right there. So
That's lit. You know what
yeah,
Tank is? He's good Tyrone Crawford.
yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's good Tyrone Crawford. Like Crawford just stayed on the team forever. Like he was no reason he should have had a 10-year career in Dallas. That's DeMarcus
Yeah,
Lawrence. Like if you go back to like 2016, and somebody tell you it's gonna be 2023, DeMarcus Lawrence will still be on the team, you'd be like, no way, dude.
yeah. But then he just
No way.
turned it up.
Right. Stay alive. Stay alive. But we
He
got about
Cowboys T Sizzle. Said
yeah.
that's the Cowboys T Sizzle.
Yeah,
If
set the
we get the
tone
Super
every week,
Bowl,
everything.
if we can get Super Bowl out of him, he be T Sizzle for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause he done led 2 eras of D lines. Like y'all remember that hot boy shit?
Bro, I
Oh
seen
my
him tag
God.
that shit today. I need that era to go, man.
He did.
For real.
He ain't let that shit go.
Got the pains and everything. Come on, dog. We don't need that.
The original Hot Boys is a wild lineup of dudes, cuz Jalen Smith, Taco.
Yeah.
That room was crazy, man.
Taco
Antoine Wood.
Charlton.
Antoine was a dog.
I like Antoine. He
I
protected the
love
spot.
Taco.
Yeah, I rocked out with Mr. Woods. Woods was cool, man. But Taco and the other dude and David probably just didn't want to be a part of the Hot Boys. Clearly, he couldn't stand being a part of the Hot Boys. But
He didn't want to play football.
he didn't want to do shit but smoke. He don't want to do nothing but smoke. But
Facts.
yeah, absolutely, fellas, man. We right here. We right here at the doorstep of the season. Fans, we missed the preseason, but because we some working men trying to grind and make some of ourselves. But I mean, thoughts on the preseason. I would say for me, I mean, it was cool. It was cool. We didn't see a lot, but we never see a lot from Dallas in the preseason. Like we literally lose like 90% of the games. Pretty much seems like on purpose. But we looking for certain things from certain guys. I think we saw those things. We saw Tobert step up. You saw Deuce show out. But the biggest thing to me, I mean, it had to be just being able to have some guys that we didn't think were gonna make this team make the team. You know what I mean? I think that was a big look. Like, I know Nick, this is your boy. I don't want to take him out there 30. Junie, I know you fuck with Junie hard. And
Who?
Thomas, right? That's 30.
Wanye.
Wanye Junior. I thought it was Junior.
Wanye. That's my guy.
Wanye, yeah. So Wanye and a couple other guys that I'll let you guys kind of hit on some things you saw. But I think that was the coolest part. I think this is one of the teams that has some of the most inexperience. Like it's a top heavy roster experience wise. The bottom half of the roster ain't got much time on the field, which is unique. So I think there's some skill sets that's still untapped that we don't know. Like usually we know what the guys are on the back end, but this year I think if some guys get in there and get a chance to play, we may see this defense look a little different. If something happens, which I think.
I mean, yeah, everything I saw in the preseason was basically what I expected to see. I was looking for, Deuce Vaughn to arrive as basically, the running back, a possible running back too for Dallas. I'm glad he stepped up the way that he did. Jalen Brooks as wide receiver 6, I wanted him to show out, and I'm glad that he made the roster and showed out the way that he did. I'm glad that Jalen Tolbert, I was expecting him to have a big preseason, and I'm glad that he showed out the way that he did. It makes the wide receiver room look really as rounded out as it has been since Dak has been the quarterback. And then as far as defensively, I'm kind of disappointed that Overshown had to get hurt because that was one surprise that I was not expecting. I know he was coming along in training camp and, really playing well. He was with the ones in training camp, but that doesn't always translate to, on performance. But man, he was having one of maybe the best preseason I've seen from back 7 defender on Dallas since Donovan Wilson in his preseason. I'm real sad to see him go down because that defense is about to be the team speed, the level of team speed, and the level of depth as far as the front 7 and the back 7 combined. Oh my God, it was about to be. It's still going to be top notch, but it was about to be separated from what everybody else has.
Overshown going to get hurt definitely was a bummer. I mean, from a size perspective too. I mean, he's a like looking at they released the sounds and I got to see him in camp. Like he was dominating in practice too. Like it wasn't just like he getting a game and flash. He was dominating in practice, like catching picks, doing all type of kind of crazy stuff. So we kind of lose some size at linebacker with him going down. But always next year for him. So Nick, what about you, man?
One thing I liked was it looked like week by week the O-line was improving more and more. I mean, we obviously gonna have concerns about depth, but literally every other team in the NFL has O-line depth problems. So if you go down, you got to make what you could do. That's on your coaches to figure out. But I ain't expecting to have 6, 7 starting capable O-line. This ain't 2016 Cowboys, and we were just very fortunate those 2 years to have that. I like the. Let me think. Oh man. Oh yeah, I was bummed about Overshown. Y'all know I'm a Texas guy, so pretty disappointed about that.
Yeah, you put us on.
What was that?
I said you put us on to him.
Oh yeah. Other than that, like I really just wanted to watch the O-line. Just see. I liked how they was improving week by week. I mean, they ain't world beaters, but I like that they was improving every week, and give me a little bit of confidence if somebody has to step in just for a little bit as a spot starter or something.
They're gritty.
A few guys, not a lot of them. A few of them.
Yeah, I think Asim played well. I think he was gritty. I think he showed me a level of toughness that I wanted to see. Like, I think maybe some technical things may need to work on, but he gonna put a hat on somebody, and that's good. If you got somebody go down, you want a bunch of Joe Loonies that may not technically be the guy, but at least going to try to hit somebody. So,
yeah. I thought he was really good. I thought if he could put some strength on, maybe that might be the future left tackle.
Richards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that should probably segue into the next segment. But when we're talking about Asim Richards, possibly Tyler Smith might be out this week with a hamstring strain. Our 2 possible candidates to step into the left guard spot, we have Asim Richards and we also have TJ Bass.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had to pick the lesser of 2 evils, I want to hear both of y'all's opinion. Which of the 2 would you think was more beneficial for Dak and, well, just the offense in general?
I'd say Bass because, well, I was doing mocks picking Bass in the 6th and 7th. I think Bass offers you a little bit more strength, a little more power on the inside than Richards does. I don't really like Richards as a guard. I like him more as a tackle. So I picked Bass because they got two big interior D linemen that they got down there, and I think we're gonna need a lot of power. But I wouldn't play Tyler, but I think he's gonna play. So I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I pick Bass.
What
Yeah.
about you, D?
I'm gonna yield the Nick just because he's the O-line guy. He scouts these guys, but I would say I would probably start with the seam. I think you look at both of them as if one starts to struggle, the other one's coming in. We're not just gonna
Right.
like let someone ruin the game for us. So maybe I would probably start with the seam. To me, I mean, I would probably from what I saw, he had the better camp from my perspective. But CJ Bass had to make the team as an undrafted guy. You know what I mean? So like big ups to him. And then if you got in a situation where it seemed just wasn't playing well enough, then I would throw Bass in there. And then if that shit doesn't work, then we're done. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I think that's kind of my pecking order of it. I would just kind of go with the depth chart and then see how it goes.
Do we know if I know go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I think what Derrick said was good because unlike the Jason Garrett era, I don't think that Mike gonna let somebody get their ass kicked for 60 minutes straight and then not make a play. I think that's one thing that's gonna be good. That's beneficial now. We ain't got Jason Garrett no more. We ain't getting nobody out there just to get their ass kicked.
Exactly. Yeah, right. And worst come to worst, adjustments will always be made. I know Akeem Richards is a left side player. Do we know is TJ Bass? Does he have any reps at left guard?
TJ Bass only played left guard at Oregon. He ain't played in the preseason, but he only played left guard at Oregon.
Oh, okay. So that's his his native position.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, that really changes a lot because that's what I was going off. I was gonna say Akeem Richards just based on the fact that he's a left side player. He's probably a bit more athletic than TJ Bass. He's probably, I think, the reason I would go with Akeem Richards is because the athletic profile is probably the closest that you have on the roster to Tyler Smith.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to do anything that counteract the loss of Tyler Smith, I'm going to try to at least, put a baseline level of athleticism there as far as strength and movement ability goes. But if TJ Bass is an efficient worker at left guard, and he has reps there, he has experience there, and from what I hear about him, he's a player with a powerful anchor.
Yeah.
If those things are true, and he has reps at left guard, then he probably isn't a bad option against the duo of Dex Lawrence and Leonard Williams, because that's basically what you're up against. You're up against two guys that you're gonna be anchoring against all night because they're gonna try to bull rush you.
So I'll say so we can go ahead and pivot. You already mentioned it. You really already got us there, but let's go straight there. So right now, let's say what must happen Cowboys offense versus Giants defense. So we're already kind of there. I want to ask this question, put this out there. We're already there. If Tyler's a no-go, do you play offense differently? Because like going back to Jason Garrett, I feel like we didn't adjust for weaknesses. So I think do you adjust to say, okay, hey, we're not running to the left side. We're going to run away from whoever's there. We're going to shift protection over to that side. We're going to have backs helping. We're not going to just drop back and empty. And like, what do you play differently if Tyler's not in there? Or do you kind of just say, hey, you trust the guy that's in there and then moving that conversation forward? Then what do we have to do to win the game on offense?
I think we stay on the track of what normally happens. The game plan pretty much doesn't change. I think ideally in this game, the Giants are a heavy blitzing team. And when you got heavy blitzing teams, when you're playing a Wink Martindale team, a lot of the things that they do is heavy cover 1, heavy cover 0. But in there, mixed in a lot of times, there's a lot of, exotic, zone blitzes where he's dropping this guy and, showing that guy, and there's twists and stunts. And what that makes for is a lot of undisciplined gap control and it also makes for undisciplined coverage on the back end. So it's a lot of there's going to be a lot of plays to be had, and so I think the Cowboys should. The one thing I noticed against the Giants last year was even for Dallas against they were one of the best pass offenses in the league last year. It was really hard to get completions against the Giants last year. I know Dak, I think he threw for like 70% completion. But if you go back and watch the game, like every single completion was a tight window throw.
Yeah.
Every single throw he made, they earned it. Every completion that was made, they earned it.
Which game?
The Thanksgiving game.
Okay, because CD dropped all your wide open ones in the first game.
Yeah. See, and that's the template I would actually lean towards. The Cooper Rush game. They were heavy run. They were more about staying on schedule for down and distance, and they would use heavy play action and take their shots selectively and try to be efficient on their downfield throws instead of going volume in the downfield throws. And that's the approach that I would take.
Does Brandon Cooks change that for you? Or like, because I'm thinking like maybe that's the reason. I think Brandon Cooks is like he's where you kind of look at this how you looked at Tampa week 1 a couple years ago when you go empty on the first play of the game. You like forget y'all, we got 3 dogs out here. You know what I mean? So, Nick, you seem like you was on that. What you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's kind of off of what Al was saying. Like, I think last year, I think they made it hard. I think they have players, but I think this year they started 2 rookie corners. I think they started Adoree Jackson with those 2 rookie corners. Adoree Jackson's not good to me. 2 rookie corners. You're gonna put 2 rookie corners on CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks. I don't care. I think this year is a lot of going to be. We've talked about it's going to be a lot of getting the ball out fast. So if you want to match up your rookie corners 1-on-1, and you want to have them in man coverage against CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Cooks, and we getting that ball out fast, I don't think that's going to go well. I think that kind of goes whether Tyler Smith is playing or not. Get the ball out fast, get your playmakers in space, and have these rookie corners try to, strap up. And unless your name is Sauce Gardner, Jalen Ramsey, or Tariq Woolen, 99% of the time you're not really a really good rookie corner. So I'll take my chances on that against them.
It's gonna be on Dak. Wink's a tough guy. I mean, his defensive fronts, like in Baltimore, it was always a lot of guys in the line of scrimmage, and Dak struggled with that. The 49ers do that, the Cardinals do that, the Eagles do that. They put a lot of guys in the line of scrimmage, and we don't know what's coming. So I think we're gonna get a key insight. If Dak's able to dissect this team this week, then we're gonna be in good shape. If he's able to command the line of scrimmage, kind of call plays, we're gonna see if this is the Dak offense because Wink he's gonna dial up pressure. And we're going to have to win on early downs because if we get the 3rd and longs, that's where Wink is going to make his money. So, I mean, shoot, I agree. I think we have advantages against their secondary. Their front 7 is a problem, and we're going to have to be able to deal with that up front. And I think it's going to be on Dak as much as the offensive line to make sure, like you say, he gets the ball out early. He knows where to go with it, and he's not tricked by a new Isaiah Simmons that we don't know where he's going to line up.
Right.
Let's get Dak on the move, too.
Yeah. And that's the one thing I'm noticing. We've all named a different approach offensively. And what that speaks to is Dak Prescott is one of the quarterbacks in the league where as an offense, you can go into any different mode with him as your quarterback. There's no part of the playbook that that's unavailable that you have cut off. And so what I want to see from Dak this year in this game and this whole season, next step in his development and next step of the Cowboys development as far as with Mike McCarthy, when the Cowboys when they get something going good on offense, a lot of times I feel like this is what Mike McCarthy was speaking to with Kellen Moore. The Cowboys they're a diverse offense. And a lot of times they feel like anything is available, right? And we get to go on somebody. Take, for instance, what game? Like the Jaguars game. Early in that game, we were winning. Heavy play action, deep shots, crosses over the middle of the field, right? And as the game goes on and we got the game in hand, a lot of times Kellen Moore, he would get cute and he would try the whole call sheet and basically try to use the entirety of the play the call sheet. when I feel like the best teams, in my opinion, like Tom Brady, when they get it going, Peyton Manning, when he gets it going, even Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, I feel like the best offense is when they get something going against you, and they feel like they know that they've established a strength over your weakness in a situation. They will spam that play over and over again. They will spam that concept for the rest of the game until you figure it out. And I feel like the Cowboys, they'll go away from what works somewhere around the third, early fourth quarter. And that's the reason why I feel like a lot of these games go awry sometimes. Because a lot of times we'll get cute instead of really feeling like, hey man, we got these guys choked out. Let's keep going to the well.
Yeah, I think it's like a momentum thing. We kind of play against our own momentum sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, like just being able to. I mean, sometimes with the Chiefs, you'll see like a lot of times when they get stuff going, they start dinking and dunking the whole way down the field. They start getting in their backs hands and it's yak, yak, yak. I mean, that's what they did to the Eagles. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you got these back, you just dumping it off and they going for 12, 13. We don't see that much in Dallas, but we just say, you know what? They can't do nothing with us. Just dump the ball off. And let's just get a bunch of yards. So I agree with that. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see Michael Gallup go out there. He always has a decent game against the Giants. Let's see if he go out there and what he looks like out there now. I think the defense will play well, and we can pivot there in a second. But their defense, some of the guys we've already named, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, who's a monster to me, and we got to be able to deal with him. Leonard Williams,
safety.
Julian Hood, Love, right?
Why am I blanking? No, not Love. Why am I blanking on
McKinney?
McKinney.
Oh,
McKinney,
yeah, X.
David McKinney.
X is a dog. I'm not worried about their DBs, though. I think we'll light them up. I think we'll take care of DBs. And they have some guys, but we should be okay.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a lot of success. I think the one thing I've noticed in the Wink Martindale area, we've had a lot of success in the running game as far as efficiency in the running game. I think the last time we played them, Zeke had 90, TP had 80. I think that was the Cooper Rush game. Zeke had 90, TP had 80, and I think they were a bit successful the last time. The Giants were I think they were probably the worst team in stopping the run last year. They were hard to get completions against, but they were really bad at stopping the run. And so I really hope the Cowboys are able to, like I said before, be diverse, use the whole playbook, but establish a weakness in their defense and attacking, and just keep going after it. If that's getting them in unfavorable personnel positions, and it is, if they do find success in an empty game, stay there, stay in empty. Let Dak Prescott kill them from empty the whole game.
Yeah.
I just feel like the answer is there sometimes, and I feel like they'll go away from it just to get cute sometimes.
I think that's what's going to really change with Mike and Shoddy now being in charge of the offense. I think I like Kellen Moore as an OC, but I think, like you said, at times it was just let's get cute and let's do too much. And I think ultimately, not just the Jaguars game, I think the Packers game is what cost him his job, getting way too cute. And obviously, we all human. We all know Mike wanted to win that game, so I think that was a part of the issue right there. So,
2 questions for you guys, right? First question is: Schottenheimer going to be in the box, or he's going to be downstairs?
He'll be in the box.
Okay.
I heard the answer to that. I don't even remember, but is it short of box?
I think he's been in the box in the preseason, so I think he'll be in the box.
Okay, yeah, he'll be in the box. Yeah.
Okay, well that'll be interesting. So it'll be Dak and Mike on the field. I think that we'll see how that works out. And then next question: out of all the new additions on offense, before we pivot to defense, who's gonna have the best game? Is it gonna be Brandon Cooks, Lipke, Deuce Vaughn? Who's gonna go out there and say, hey, make a name for themselves? Have an Alec Ogletree game in New York.
I'm going with Jake Ferguson.
Okay.
I think Jake Ferguson is going to have a really good. I don't know if it'll be over plus 100 yards, but I think he'll score multiple times. Him and Dak found a real good rapport in the red zone at the end of last year. Him and Dak and all the tight ends. I think Dak has found a real good groove in the red zone going to those tight ends. So I'm expecting Jake Ferguson to have a pretty good game.
Okay.
I like that. I mean, I wonder how much of a game it's either going to be Brandon Cooks or it's going to be CD that eats. So I'm gonna have to double up on Jake Ferguson. Actually, I like that answer. I wasn't even gonna say him, but I like that answer. So I'm gonna go with Jake Ferguson.
Third, yeah, I think it's gonna be Lamb. I think Lamb. I think Sunday Night Football. We
I think
gotta
he's
stop.
given.
We
He might
gotta
go
stop.
for 200.
Yeah,
Like
like
he
he
really
might.
might go for 200. Against the
Yeah,
Giants, that is a threat. The way that they play defense, him lining up in the slot, it all like he could go for 200.
yeah, I can see him in that building too. It's gonna be live in there. Okay, so let's transition over to
Yeah.
defense. So we got our defense versus their offense, which is a mismatch in my opinion. I think we should handle them well. I'll go from a DB perspective. I think matching up against the receivers, there's some speed on that other side. So we got to be aware of that. With the addition of Hyatt, Darren Waller is going to be a problem. And I think I hope JK is up for this task. Slayton's always, a guy. Shepard's still over there, I think, hiding somewhere probably.
Paris Campbell.
Paris Campbell sucks. Yeah, I mean, he had a decent year last year, but like we said, it's a lot of speed. We can't get caught lacking. We got to be aware of play action. I think play action is where they're going to take their shots, and I think they're going to be looking to get downfield, and make big plays. They're going to try to punch us in the mouth, and then we're just going to have to wrap up 26 when he gets out on the edge.
Yeah, I think the way I look at this, if we lose by Daniel Jones beating us, all right, so be it. Then we deserve to lose.
For the Vikings.
Yeah, don't let Saquon Barkley beat you. That's all you got to do. They're very not talented. They're not talented on offense. They got, I think their motto, their theory, mantra, whatever you would say, is we're gonna put a bunch of speedy guys out there. Hopefully they can get some separation and we're gonna get them the ball. Hence the Paris Campbell, the Wandale Robinson, the what's his face? You just said Hyatt, all of that. Waller's a fast tight end. I think they just want fast guys and hope for the best. So like I said, if we lose because Daniel Jones beat us, all right, we take it on the chin. We didn't deserve to win the game anyway. But I'm not gonna let Saquon Barkley get some home runs on us and just not gonna happen. That's stay disciplined and you should be fine.
Your linebackers
just so y'all know.
What was that?
You said what?
I said your linebackers are going to need to play well. The game may come down to how well your linebackers are able to contain Barkley. If we go out there late and Damone don't want to tackle Barkley, we're going to be in for a rough night.
I just want y'all to know this is my energy for the defense all year, no matter who we play. So hold on, who you say was they? So who's their receiver one?
I guess it would be
Slayton,
Wandale Robinson, Slayton. I guess.
Okay, so Locke. Who's their receiver two?
Whichever one the other one is.
Hyatt.
Locke.
Hyatt, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, Locke. Receiver 3.
Paris Campbell.
Okay, he's locked.
Yeah.
Darren Waller.
He's self-checked.
I think that. Yeah, he's self-checked, and I got a film with J-Ron Curse locking him up.
Yeah, two targets, 0 catches. I remember that.
Yeah.
And if forgive me if I'm mistaken, but number 11 still play for Dallas, right?
Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons still plays. So a character like Daniel Jones is not it's not going to happen when you got a Micah Parsons on the field. Quarterbacks like you ain't never seen you ain't never seen Ryan Fitzpatrick go crazy when J.J. Watt is on the field. You ain't seen Mark Sanchez go crazy with Von Miller on the field.
Yeah.
So I'm not the Giants' offense is a non-factor, man. I feel like I should talk more about the Cowboys' defense and the Giants' offense. I mean, how many times we gotta go through roster, man?
Nah, it's not good.
It's not. It's Saquon and a band.
Saquon.
And Andrew Thomas. I'll give Andrew Thomas his credit. Well, Andrew Thomas is another great player. But everybody else is mid.
I think
You said what?
Nah, my bad. My thing was a little staticky. I was saying Mike. Well, one, Mike could put the beats on Andrew Thomas anyway last year, but for two,
D-Law.
D-Law put the beats on Evan Neal. But we talking about what happens if Tyler Smith missed the game. Shit, they could try. They start an old line now. It's still worse than our old line anyway. And they gave up the worst pressure percentage last year. I don't really foresee that changing. They got a rookie center out there in his first career game against this D line. Come on.
It's about to get real nasty.
Does Micah play D in the whole game?
No. Did y'all see that clip where he was lined up at like strong safety, and this man Tom, he came down and he buzzes down from strong safety, and at the timing of the snap, that man was on. I don't know if it was Dak or Cooper Rush. He was on his ass within a matter of less than a second.
Okay.
So Micah will be blitzing from strong safety position, and he'll be doing all kind of rushing from different spots this year.
Okay, that's the perfect point. You Mike can vouch. I don't know if you remember this. When Michael Parsons came out, who would they compare him to on draft night?
LeVar Arrington?
He's the new Devin White, right? I hated that comp. I couldn't stand it. I'm like, right. I kept saying like, he's Jamal Adams. And he's like, what? I'm like, he's Jamal Adams. And now you seeing him buzz down from safety. I'm like, I've been telling y'all the whole time. I mean, he's just a pressure player, really positionless football. But now they're actually using him like Jamal Adams, buzzing him down from safety. It's sick.
Right.
That's sick, man. That's pretty cool too. I mean, that's how I kept saying. He's like Jamal Adams, man. That's after the year Jamal had like 6-8 sacks or something stupid. But
that's why I'm so firm on him being DPOY this year, because it's not just what you hear from him and the work he's been doing, in his approach, but it's also Dan Quinn and the faith in him to continuously put this man in advantageous situations to produce.
Yeah.
I haven't felt this good about a single Dallas player, really, in my life. I watched. we seen DeMarcus Webb. We done seen Zach Martin. We done seen Darius Bryant. All play at the highest level. Terrell Owens, and no, I've never felt as good about a player as I have about Michael Parsons, and that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's time to go, man. I think we all itching at the bud to get to Sunday at 8:15 on NBC, man. It's gonna be a good night. I think we're gonna win this game.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No,
y'all heard what Mike said today?
What?
What'd he say?
He dreams about the Super Bowl, like going to bed. He's dreaming about it. That's all he wants.
That's my favorite thing about this team too. I feel like a lot of past teams, like with Romo and them early in Dak's years, they be like kind of scared to say the word Super Bowl. But like this team is intent on that, and they not shy about their intentions. Like they know, they understand. Like we want a Super Bowl. That's why we here.
Okay, so real quick, y'all. This is from the locker room. I'm actually at the Star right now. This is from the locker room
in the flesh, right there.
Yeah, I'm at the Star right now. If y'all didn't know, so I'm at the Star. This is the locker room right above Dak's Prescott's uniform. And so, do you see this picture right here? Yeah, that's a Lombardi, dog. That is not our team. We have never held that trophy. So they printed out a Lombardi in these guys' hands. That's big time. That's huge. That's different. That's calling your shot. That's 2008 Jerry said I bought tickets to the Super Bowl. Meet me there.
Yeah, I already told everybody, get the bail money ready, because I'm going to jail for disorderly conduct, public intoxication. Y'all better be ready, because I don't know what day it is, February, whatever. I'm going to be in jail for the night. I already know it, because we going to fuck up.
Cool bid. Cool bid. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy. Man, it's time to go. So, for score predictions, y'all hype me up, man. Y'all hype me up. I was big on the score, and then I was like, maybe it might be a decent game, because I just didn't want to be – Nick Cat just ran across the screen. I didn't want to be too cocky about it. I say my final score prediction, 31-7.
Jesus Christ.
See, he right where I am. I was about to say 31-6.
I got 24-10. They're gonna come out a little slow on offense, I think, and then they'll pick it up.
Okay.
I got 24 down for the Giants to give us a little fake scare.
Okay, that sounds about right. There you go. The backdoor touchdown at the end.
The back door, right? They might score.
Hit him with the. Can we get an onside real quick?
I got one bold prediction. One bold prediction. How we win the show. One bold prediction. It could be. It don't gotta be nothing crazy, but just something that when it happens, I told y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all mine right now. 21 catching a pick.
Who?
21. Gilmore catching a pick. That's
Facts.
almost Bob. Gilmore's catching a pick. He gonna pick something. He gonna pick something stupid too.
Bro,
a diving crazy joint. He's gonna be like, I'm here. He gonna raise the ball in the air, give it his tray. Which I got.
Man, they don't even know, bro. Like the combination of rush and coverage, bro.
Easy.
They don't even understand, bro. Like it's really about to go there. My bold prediction, I had to say, I want this to be a statement game for Dak Prescott. And the statement I want him to make, I don't need him to go out there and throw for 400 yards, 4 or 5 touchdowns, anything like that. But I want this to be one of the most efficient games that he's had in recent memory. So I want him to go out there. I think he'll be above 75%. And I think he'll throw no interceptions.
Let's go.
I got a better one than Derrick. You giving it easy one the interception. So I'm gonna give you 11 gonna get his first career interception.
Holy cow.
And he gonna crib it. Coming down from safety, he gonna get a screen and crib that jump.
Yes,
Mike could do that.
He'll get his first one this year. Today, tomorrow, whatever, Sunday, whatever the day is coming up.
All right, since you just shot up me real quick, I got 7 and 21 getting picked. 21 gonna piss 7 off. 21 gonna get picked and 7 gonna get mad, and 7 leading with something. He leading with something. Every time he play DJ, he leading with something. He gonna get 7 go in the game like he did last year. He going in the game in MetLife. Well, it's gonna be over, but
I'll take it. Mo County, baby.
Let's go. Avalon. Hey man, Hey fellas. Good product, man. We here. We ready to go. We got a good mob. I think this is it. Super Bowl. That's all we all got Super Bowl, right?
Yes, sir.
Forget the record. Super Bowl. Mob ties, man. Let's do it.
Let's
get it, fellas. Good looking out. See y'all, man.
Yes, sir.